In the dead of night, a farm owner prepares a lethal injection for his most loyal, hardworking horse. The animal hasn't committed a crime, he hasn't destroyed property, and he certainly hasn't organized a rebellion against his master. In fact, all he wanted was a brief nap. So how does a passing thought about needing a little extra rest mutate into a literal death sentence? The answer lies in the mechanics of gossip. This tragedy serves as a perfect case study in the terrifying speed at which human networks distort the truth. Our story begins at the end of a grueling day of labor on a quiet farm. The horse has spent from sunrise to sunset pulling heavy loads across green fields. His legs ache, his back is sore, and he is dealing with severe physical exhaustion. He settles into his stable, closing his heavy eyes, when a curious cat wanders in. She notices his fatigue and, always eager to dig up the latest gossip, asks him why he's so tired. In a rare moment of unguarded trust, the horse shares his inner thoughts out loud. He admits he might ask the master for slightly less work tomorrow so he can finally get some rest. That is the complete, uncorrupted message, a simple, innocent complaint. But speaking it out loud is the fragile starting point that exposes him to the entire network. The cat immediately slinks away and finds the cow in a nearby field. She doesn't relay the desire for rest. Instead, she tells the cow that the horse is fed up and wants to leave the farm entirely. Later that day, the cow spots the goat grazing in the meadow, passing the story along. Only now, the narrative shifts to assign blame. The cow whispers that the horse is leaving because the master is too strict. By evening, the goat pulls the rabbit aside. The story inflates again. The goat claims the master is a harsh tyrant, forcing the horse into endless labor and starving him. The rabbit, thrilled to possess such explosive information, runs straight to the master's servant. He delivers an entirely fabricated emergency. The horse has actively mapped out a plan to escape. Alarmed, the servant rushes to the furious master with the final fatal mutation. He reports that the horse is currently organizing a mass rebellion, planning to lead all the animals off the property tomorrow. Over the course of just 5 conversations, the baseline truth is entirely erased. A tired worker's request for a break has been replaced by a fictional narrative of abuse and treason. Gossip requires continuous escalation to survive. To understand how a message mutates this quickly, we have to look at the mechanics of an information cascade. This animated diagram maps the first stage, embellishment. The receiver inflates dramatic stakes, corrupting the data. Next is exaggeration. Listeners add fabricated details, escalating the severity to warrant attention. Finally, weaponization. The fully corrupted story is presented to authority as an actionable threat. Faced with what looks like absolute proof of a rebellion, the master acts in blind fury. Without asking a single question, he executes the horse that very night, based entirely on weaponized data. A localized, innocent complaint crosses the point of no return the exact moment it is leveraged for social attention. The tragic irony of this outcome is that the horse never planned to escape. He never spoke a single word of betrayal. His fatal flaw was not his desire for rest. His mistake was trusting a single, seemingly sympathetic listener with a momentary weakness. This split-screen graphic illustrates the core psychological disconnect of social networks. On the left is internal reality, static, harmless, and completely contained. But on the right is external perception, which takes that harmless truth and warps it into chaos. Sharing your vulnerabilities with the wrong person turns your trust into a tool for your own tragedy. These farm animals have direct, real-world equivalents. They are the colleagues, family members, or friends who seem caring and attentive to your face, but act as self-serving nodes behind your back. They will naturally twist your weaknesses and use your secrets as social currency to elevate their own standing within the group. Your deepest dreams, struggles, and secrets are heavily guarded treasures. They must not be shared prematurely or with a passing acquaintance. In a world where words travel infinitely faster than the truth, absolute silence is often the only reliable defense against careless speech.